Live.
Yo.
Fellas, what up? Capo, what's good?
Good, man.
He's in mad scientist mode, yo.
Capo?
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's true.
Yeah, he's doing some mad.
You don't care about it.
Huh?
You don't care about it, Chef.
Yeah.
Oh, some gaming shit. Yeah. Yo, it's crazy though, but yo, I didn't know like the gamers like make the bread that they do.
Yo,
that shit's crazy, dog.
Yeah.
Yo.
But this is something Maine is actually pretty skilled in because he understands the salary caps and all that bullshit too. Like in basketball, they are a little different than in the NFL, but Maine understands that shit. So I would think you'd be into like the Madden payroll.
Yo, looking at how much gamers make had me rethinking, like trying to, you know what I mean? It's kind of too late for me to get involved in it, but I'm
never
like,
too late.
Gamers are making crazy. I should have been.
It's never too late.
It's never too late, man.
Said, there's some dudes our age gaming. So
yeah.
Well, clearly, I'm the only one out the five of us that don't game, if I'm not mistaken. I'm the only one.
Yeah,
I'm the only one that doesn't game. Nope.
Yeah.
Well, that Gran Turismo movie really opened everybody's eyes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The business behind it.
Yeah, and that movie was fire.
I got to get that
It's a good
game.
movie.
I got to get that game.
Yes.
I be on Call of Duties with my bros every now and then. Like I haven't played any video game in like since October. That's a long time for me.
We know, nigga. We know. We still waiting for you. Noop, what's up, Quinn?
What's the word?
No. Shout out to Noop and them. I saw Noop and her team this week. I went to go drop the money off for the cookie sale. You know what I mean? And one of the lady who runs the Modern Mentors, her and Noop, they work together. You know
Yo, did y'all know Noop went to Dorchester?
She doing all right?
Absolutely.
She went to Dorchester.
No, I didn't.
I had no idea.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Way before. Wait, not I don't, no disrespect, but I mean like way before, like
way before us.
Way before. No,
yeah, she was like,
yo, nobody doing you like that. Nobody doing you like that.
Yeah, she was like, I think she was a senior, Chuck, when we got in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was on the way out as we were coming in.
Well, you know, word up. Salute to her.
Yeah. She told me, I was like, you didn't go to Dorchester. I would have seen you. I seen all the. I was like, I was naming all these seniors. She's like, yeah, this is my people. I'm like, yeah, I saw all of them all the time. I never saw you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she was up there with earning that class and talking.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
What'd you have for the pre-show, Pam? I know you had something queued up.
Oh man. Yeah. Here we go.
And now it's time for a letter from Pain.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. First of all, let's start here, right? Hype posted this shit in the group chat earlier, right? And mind you, we all know Hype. It's not often Hype slums it anymore, right? So seeing this in the bodega for him is like foreign. We all knew about this, but it just stirred up some old feelings for me. Like, dear government, get your shit together. Why are we paying two for $1 for this shit? Them shit used to be a quarter. Remember you used to go to the corner store and you could get it. I used to call them hood extra value meals. You could get a teeny drink, 2 bags of chips, and like a little Debbie snack for $1.
Yeah, you was right. You was right with $1.
Yeah.
Yo, I was at work today, so fucking mad. That shit turned me into this right here. Yo, I was so fucking heated, bro. I turned into this guy right here.
You're making us pay for water, you son of a... You're making us pay for grapes?
Yo.
Apples? Things that God gave us for free? Ha! Ha! Bullshit. You will burn in hell when I'm through with you.
Yo,
I now can relate to Orlando Brown, which is fucking crazy. The government inflation is fucking crazy right now, and it's pissing me off. 2 for $1. That's a microcosm of the government.
He said he's making us pay for water.
Fuck out of here.
Yo, dog.
The government can kiss my ass with this inflation shit.
Here's the wild part about Orlando, right?
Jesus.
Is that the thing with him is that the shit he be saying sound real accurate. But because it's him, we don't give him enough credit.
Nope.
So the thing is, right? Some people said he talks in parallels, which if you think along those lines and you watch some of those interviews, it's like, oh shit. And then every now and then he has a coherent thought, which I think is really him coming through. And then he goes off on a tangent. So I think he has some kind of like, yo, come on, Casey. Vagina.
Yo, Trey, you gotta relax. You gotta relax. You gotta relax. You gotta relax.
Yo, I absolutely encourage everybody to go watch that whole interview. It's the funniest 75 minutes of your fucking life. I swear. But they're not like every now and then coherent thought comes through with him, and I'm like, okay, he's still there. You know what I mean? He's not completely gone. So, and that was one of the thoughts right there. Like that whole spiel he went on, he was saying how come we don't look like Russia and Persia and all this shit? Where's the fucking money going? Why isn't there money? Why isn't there food on the street for homeless people? And then he went off like, you're making a thing for water, you son of a bitch. He's absolutely right.
No, in the grand scheme of it, you know, he's not too far off.
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all.
He's not as crazy as we make him out to be.
Good way to get us rolling in the pre-show, man. Yeah,
you know, I literally turned into him when Hike sent that picture. I had PTSD. Like $2 for a fucking $1.
When did Hike send that?
This morning.
Afternoon. It was like, I don't know, 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of this morning, man, I know I woke up to my namesake Jermaine Cole choosing violence this morning.
Yeah.
Since we talk about waking up in the morning, like, yo, Payne, come on back, bro. Come on, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Come back, Payne.
Come on, man. Where you going, dog? What's up, man? But I want to know what you guys' thoughts this morning when you heard that. I know I posted it in the group chat pretty early because I was up pretty early. I was like, uh-oh. I said, yep, yeah. Let's go. This is what we moving.
It was solid. And, you know, I feel like he reminds me of, you know, for those that don't know, we got 2 cats over here, and they are the softest fake mean cats ever, right? And you know, when you have a cat, you expect them to put in work around the house and take care of any intruders, right? These cats being here just playing around with the intruders and swatting them around, and I'm like, kill them! What are you doing? So that's how I relate that to Cole, because Cole was in here just kind of, you know, just like jabbing and yada yada yada. He's like, yeah, I still got love for him, but let him press. I'm a press, and I'm like, nah, he pressed. You got to press back. Like I expected him to maybe put a little more emphasis on that jab, and he was just kind of pity patting with him. You know what I mean?
But like with that metaphor or that, was it analogy or metaphor?
Analogy, yeah, analogy.
Yeah, that analogy you just used. Cats will play around with mice all the time, but that's right before they kill them. So eventually they kill them and drop them at your damn doorstep. Or
not these 2 cats.
Yo, that just that's just crazy.
But I thought it was cool. I was surprised that it happened so quick. Because what's today? Friday? And that other joint was out last week?
Was it? It seems like it was longer.
Capo, what's up, man? What's the matter, Capo?
He took off.
No, I gotta fix my camera.
Yeah, okay, I thought you pulled the Payne. Word up. But
yeah, man, it was a quick turnaround from what I'm
like a week or I think maybe like 2 weeks at the max. Maybe like 2 weeks.
Barely.
It was like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
That's still a quick turnaround for
in hip hop
for these 2, for the magnitude of these 2. You know what I mean? Like if you think about the greats, you know, take over, and then Ether. It was a little while before Ether came out.
Right, but yo,
Well,
listen.
we didn't have internet like that back then. I mean, we did have internet, but it wasn't as fast as now. Like dudes are making a song that day and posting it. You know what I mean? So
Well, he dropped the whole album. Wasn't even just a song.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he
You know what I
dropped
mean?
it
Like he dropped the
17
album.
joints. But what I didn't realize is I believe his event Dreamville is this weekend. I think Dreamville is this weekend in Raleigh, North Carolina. So very strategic in that move that he did that. Very strategic. So I could see him maybe like if he performs, there could be like some freestyle, like some Jay-Z type of, maybe he pulls that off at Dreamville. You know what I'm saying? And gets at him a little more.
Possibly. Or he could have unveiled it at the festival. Never heard before joint.
Yeah.
And then everybody would have been buzzing about it after the festival. I mean, it works either way, but I mean, you know, I'm a fan, so I thought it was cool, but I really want to see him respond.
You know, just two things real quick about this. Is that Dreamville thing down here with me? Wifey brought it up, like, yo, go. Yo, I like it. That's not a concert, that's a festival.
Yep.
That means I'm standing up all.
Capo, you're a little T-Painish right now.
And then the second thing is, this is hip hop. Oh, all right, let me fix it.
Yep.
I never even heard anything about I mean, I heard about Dreamville, but I've never heard any reviews from anyone about it.
This is like he's been doing it for a while now. I want to say 6-7 years or so. He's been doing it for a while.
OG.
Oh, Smooth.
Triple OG.
I had the pleasure of playing alongside Smooth at the last season of Old School Mondays as a teammate. So I got to see, you know, every now and then, you know, as we get older, we lose a step, but you would see flashes of the greatness that was, you know, Smooth. So
absolutely. I can listen. You know, he went to school with my brother and sister, so I heard stories about him. You know what I'm saying, from them seeing it firsthand.
Yeah.
So shout out to the OG, triple OG Smooth, checking in.
But Hustle, you want to get back into that thought you had before the issue?
Well, you know, I was just saying, am I better now?
Yep.
Yeah,
you better now, brother. Yep.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm trying to get right over here. No, it's hip hop, right? Like that's the nature of what we do in hip hop. Is, you know, if you know you feeling spicy, go ahead and speak on it. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, my ignorance to these young cats, I thought this whole Big Three thing was something that was understood, right? But clearly not. And I'm here for the sport. So now let's go. Now let's go. I think as a diss record, it's cool. It's a better song than diss record, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, but I come from Hit 'em Up. You know, I come from a different, you know. So I mean, I appreciate it.
Well, I think the difference between then and now is like there's still a mutual respect for the art because these dudes actually do, you know, they do rock with each other. Whereas back in the day, I think beef was beef. Like, yeah, you keep it on wax, but you also knew it might be on site.
So you think this is just
This ain't that. This ain't one of
this ain't that.
Friendly sparring?
I think it's friendly sparring. And if you listen to what he's saying, he was like, gave him his props. He was like, yeah, you was in your prime and I was right behind you. But now I'm in mine. And it's ironic that, you know, you coming for me now that I'm in mine. Because it's clear I'm the favorite. You know what I mean?
So maybe, yeah. So maybe he's just, like you said, it's friendly sparring. So he's just throwing like jabs instead of going for the haymakers because it's his boy. You don't swing on your boy like you would swing on the op.
He let him know, like, yo, I've been keeping an eye on you and you've been doing your thing, but I'm here now. Now you got to come through me, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
well, so
I love it.
Is there a unanimous decision from our group here about who the best is?
It's been Cole and Kendrick the last, I don't know, 10 years.
Between this new class of MCs, you mean like?
So you don't. So I I think Drake's in there, and I think Drake's ahead of Kendrick.
It's all subjective.
Yeah, I was about to say it gets.
I don't want to be diplomatic, but it's all super subjective.
No, I don't think he's even big. Well, he's big three. I'll give him big three. He's behind Kendrick and Cole for sure. But personally, I prefer Wale.
I mean, Wale's never been in that discussion, but
but he should be. He's in that group. He's in that class.
And he ghostwrites a lot of stuff too.
He's in that class. It's like the draft LeBron and them came out of, right?
Yeah,
LeBron, Wade, Melo, all these cats, right? Like that's kind of how it is with those five. And I say five because Big Sean's in that class too.
Big Sean is definitely in that class. I was gonna say his name. Big Sean is definitely in that class to me. But yo, hold up though. We got something we got going on too, man. You know what I mean? It's that time, baby.
Hey yo, don't that white, no muzzle. Sparring Minds live every Friday. Let's go. Look, it's Sparring Minds. If you don't know the name, look us up. You know it's all facts when you got Chef Maine cooking up a couple of brothers who know all about the struggle. Black excellence, you know we just work hard and hustle. Whenever you want that urban talk, you know we keep it real. Mr. Maritime on the mic. Yeah, you know the deal is real life. Hotel High Tower bringing you the feel. DJ Payne, keep it 100. Matter of fact, keep it a mill. Let's go.
Oh shit, a little sighting.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Don't kick us out, little.
Nah.
Hey, you just said the smartest thing I've ever heard you say about Wale. Because I like Wale. I like Wale more than I like the rest of them.
Yeah.
You ain't been listening. That's all that means.
Yeah.
No, Wale has a really dope low key catalog, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's been pretty consistent with the albums and the hits.
100%.
I like that Wale is not all about street content. That's the thing I like about him the most. You know what I mean? And he's the most vulnerable of everybody that we mentioned in that conversation in terms of emotions and relationships and like grown man shit.
Wait,
and then next is probably Cole.
I would put Big Sean in. I would say Big Sean is very versatile.
Yeah,
Big Sean's not a lot of street shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot of R&B type songs and shit like that. I think for that whole class, I think they're pretty versatile because I would say Kendrick is as well.
Yeah.
Now Drake goes to the opposite end of the scale and he does more R&B and shit than the street shit, like you said.
Drake's not on that level.
Okay, so let me ask this question then, right? So since we got that five of that those five artists, in terms of if you could compare like Drake to someone in the NBA, like who would it be? Damn, everybody speak at once.
Vince Carter, maybe? I don't know.
Vince Carter.
Nah.
He's a highlight reel, right? And he's been around a long time.
And a fan favorite. I can see that.
Yeah, but Drake's hasn't Drake been on top of the rap world at one point? Vince has never been on the top of the NBA.
He's still in the top in terms of in-game dunkers.
That's a good point.
That's just
that's an attribute.
It's a sub.
So would LeBron be a more accurate
for Drake?
Description?
No.
That would mean he's the all-time great.
That's true. And in the GOAT conversation.
Right? What about
Klay Thompson?
Drake, Klay Thompson?
Maybe Klay Thompson.
I can see that.
Klay Thompson.
You know, he has some good attributes, you know, but he's kind of tailing off right now. Drake's last album wasn't all that great.
His last few albums ain't been that great. I
Yeah,
don't have a class against his catalog.
That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Well done.
Klay, really though.
Yeah, I can.
You know, I mean, he was a champ at one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's one of the best. He's one of the best at his, you know what I mean, at his spot. What about Kendrick?
Kendrick's a different cat, so you gotta go with someone that's unorthodox, but
like Kawhi.
Yeah, Kawhi.
Yeah.
Maybe even no, Russ. Not Russ. Russ is super aggressive, and that's
Kendrick,
not
Kawhi. That's a. Okay.
I mean, if you follow the same analogy of what Little just mentioned for Clay and Drake, it's like Kawhi would make sense.
Yeah,
he's had his moments, the top of the game.
Very quiet.
Quiet. You don't hear from him
until he needs to be. Yeah.
You know what to expect when he steps out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know you're gonna put on a good show. That's for sure.
Yeah.
J. Cole. Who would we say J. Cole is like in the NBA? Someone super consistent, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it rarely disappoints you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Dame.
I'm thinking of longevity, consistency.
You could go Russ too there if you're saying that.
Jimmy Butler, maybe.
Probably go Braun if you think about it.
Yeah, I was about to say Braun, but I wasn't too sure.
So that means you're putting Cole in the GOAT conversation.
Right. Think about that. Right.
Yeah.
You gotta think about that.
I thought about it, but he's not. Has Cole been at the top of the rap game?
Yeah,
he is right now.
He is. He's been for a little bit. He had a run where he was kind of low, and low in terms of, there was always the scrutiny about him not using anyone else's production because he was always producing his own stuff.
Yeah.
And as soon as he stepped out and started rocking with everybody else, he started flaming everybody else. I know, Tasha. I know, T. I know I'm itching to get that game on, but
hey,
we got business to take care of.
Right. Show don't stop. Show don't stop.
Go UConn.
Time was bad. Definitely gotta go UConn.
I mean, shit. That would be more like Kawhi to me.
Who? J. Cole?
Yeah.
Then Kendrick?
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah,
because Kawhi was over. He was in the system at one point over in San Antonio, and then when he finally got to step out and do his own thing, he took off.
But Kawhi also don't ever play a full season. He goes missing for stretches. Not
right,
wise. He just goes because he's hurt. Right. So, and that's what Kendrick does too. Because
that's the Kendrick. Yeah, that's definitely
the gap between his last albums was like 2-3 years, something crazy. So,
yeah, that's a tough one.
That J. Cole one is tough.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
He's gone up against all the greats.
I would say J. Cole for me is like a Jimmy Butler type guy. I feel like he's just super consistent across the board.
What up, Francis on the check-in?
Francis.
We got something else on the agenda.
Yeah, my fault. I didn't mean to steer off too. Part of me, man. It happens sometimes.
I think Height got that description of what we're getting into for tonight.
Yeah, so tonight's topic is, title rather was, way too sexy, and the context to that was pretty privilege and the advantages and disadvantages of such. The advantages and disadvantages of those that have it, and also the advantages and, well, I don't think it's an advantage to not have it, but the disadvantages and the dark places of those that, maybe don't have it based on, societal standards. You know what I mean? So like, and I was talking to Chuck the other day about this offline, and it was like, an example of that would be, a male supervisor interviewing a young lady, and because his, she's good looking to him, he's going to give her preferential treatment or give her a raise or give her, you know, extra perks or whatever the case is. And as a result, you know, maybe she's getting moved along, whether, you know, whether she's qualified or not. I think those factors don't typically play a role when you're basing a lot of these decisions on, you know, how folks is looking.
Yeah. I feel this, you know what? I think pretty privilege is probably, it may be a thing everywhere, but I think it's more prominent in this country because we are superficial as fuck here.
Yeah.
And I think women benefit more from it than men. And that's not, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything. It's just a matter of.
We can speak facts on this show.
Man, stop backtracking.
Yeah. I mean,
nah, because some people may be like, "Oh, well, you're just saying women have looks." Like, no, that's not what's being said. What's being said is that women benefit more from their looks than men do.
when you say benefit, what do you mean exactly? You mean like career-wise or just like, well, anything for that matter?
Career-wise, perks, tips,
you name it,
whatever it may be. Like, look at the difference between, and we talked about, go back a couple episodes. What was it? Episode 145, load management, or 146.
Mm-hmm.
When we're talking about porn stars, if you look at the disparity in their payroll, the women get way more than the men get. Female strippers make way more than male strippers do. And that's just one industry. And that's based off of looks, those industries. That's why I use those examples. You can't use like NBA or WNBA or something like that.
Yeah. T brings up a good point. She said marriage for some as well.
Yeah.
I don't think it happens.
Hold on. What do we mean by marriage? We need to dive in. I need to understand that more.
Yeah, that one's deep.
So,
I need to understand that one too.
Yeah, I need to understand that some more. So definitely add something on that, Tasha. I want to hear more about that. Listen, it's, you know, when Ant first brought this up, the first thing that popped into my head when I told him, I said, you know, the poster child for pretty privilege is Paula Patton, right? And when I say that, I say it to mean that sometimes people get shit they don't deserve because someone has deemed them visually appealing, right? This now becomes, and it's probably as American as apple pie, but this much like America, this is a morality issue, right? If you find yourself shallow enough to give someone preferential treatment because they are pretty in your eyes, shame on you as a decision maker, because that's bullshit.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
You've been on record saying you prefer a nice set of double D's. So that means anybody with a nice set of double D's is getting preferential treatment from Mr. Hustle.
Versus someone with some double A's.
Someone else might not get a look at all if they don't have that.
I think historically the latter is true for what Natasha's saying.
Historical women got picked for marriage based on looks, age, and if their family comes from money. Yeah, that's true. That's a true statement. But then I wonder what. See, again, my whole point in all of this is going to be, even to Ant's statement where he was trying to come for me, but I'm gonna let it slide. Is you overlook quality sometimes when we start handing out pretty privilege.
True.
You see what I'm saying? You overlook the core of a motherfucker sometimes. And to what Tasha's talking about, yeah, you know, historically women got picked based on their looks, but then you wonder what the success rates was in those marriages, right? Because you didn't get married for the right reasons. You got married because the bitch had double D's, or because she looked like Paula Patton, right? Like so, and you never gauge the quality of that motherfucker, and that's important in this conversation. America doesn't allow us to gauge quality of people. Everything. That's why there's BBLs. That's why there's all these kind of different things. That's why Maybelline makes billions a year, because everything is in America for sure, and even in Europe as well. Let's not just act like it's here. everything is built off of beauty and etc. Being young forever, and that's a miscarriage.
It's spreading though. It's not just those two continents anymore. It's definitely spreading.
Not anymore. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
But again, why can't we address the fact that first off, it's bullshit because it's super shallow at best. At best, it's super shallow. You have to address that.
Have any of you ever been out in your single careers and saw a group of women, one of which maybe might have caught your attention? I'm losing my train of thought. So you see this group, and you see there's a few of them that look visually appealing to you, and you see someone in the group that may not be visually appealing to you. There used to be a time when that person that wasn't visually appealing to you would get in the way of the one that was visually appealing to you.
Yeah, the hater.
And they were probably doing that because they don't usually get those looks that the pretty ones are usually getting in those settings.
Definitely.
Now,
and sometimes in those situations, depending on like what you were doing at that time, you had to flip a coin to see who was taking one for the
grenade. The grenade is what it's behind the scenes.
You're talking about something from when we were in our younger days, right? And I'll go back. I'll go back to a time and Little, allow me to speak freely, if you will, for a minute.
Yeah, speak on.
There was a time when me and Little used to run the streets, and I would never attack. That's a wild statement. I would never go at a group of women in that manner. I'm going to the group of women, 4 girls at the bar, and ladies, how y'all doing? I'm gonna engage all of them. See what I'm saying? I don't alienate them based on pretty. I don't do that. What's good with y'all? Y'all having a good time? How's the DJ in here so far? I see I got some drinks. All right, we'll come by, holler at my camp. We over here in the corner. That's what you're supposed to do, right? This way, you don't get the one chick who may not be your liking, but you engage the camp. That's what grown men do. That's what grown men do.
I don't know about that.
But the thing about it is the ugly duckling is usually the one that you come up with.
Why you gotta yo, can we be PC for a minute here?
Huh?
Why do you gotta say ugly? Let's refrain from using the U word.
Yo, come on, B. You gotta relax, bro. Come on, bro.
I'll say something else. I'll say something else on that too. From what I found in those kind of settings, it'd be the ugly duckling chick who's the coolest of the group.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's important that we gauge people on the quality of their character.
Absolutely.
And I know a lot. It's real easy to be like, oh my gosh, you got the double D's, and hey man, on a Tuesday night when you need a conversation, them double D's might not be the best option. You want that chick who's like, yo, what's really good? Let's go get a coffee and talk. Listen, man. That's also a 45-year-old Charles, right?
See, and that ties into what I was talking to us about in the group chat earlier. When you're asking someone about what they bring to the table, it's not always about money or finances or material shit. Sometimes you want to see, like, yo, do you have a good sense of humor? What do you find funny? What are your goals? Type shit like that. Because you don't want to date a pretty idiot. Well, I don't.
Yeah.
Some people like dating pretty idiots, and I'm all set with that because I get so aggravated with stupidity so fucking fast. Like I said, if I'm dating a pretty idiot and I find out at the table, like, garçon, check, please, I can't do it.
Garçon.
And Danae's right too, and she's right. There's probably one in every camp of dudes as well. I've never noticed, right? But what I would still venture to say, the one who's labeled as this ugly duckling is probably the dude you probably want to be with. You see what I'm saying?
The
because,
dude
because guess what?
My fault. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna say the dude ugly duckling won't cock block either. He'll just sit back.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, I never seen it.
If he's 5 feet, yeah, he's cock blocking. If everyone else is 6, yeah, he's hurting. He's hurting. He's hurting.
He's hurting.
He's hurting.
Actually, the more we talk about this, the more it makes me angry that we have this as a concept. This pretty privilege, because that's what that's Twitter and Instagram 99.5%. That's these chicks that expect to get flown out because, hey man, suck my dick, man. You got me fucked up. Come on, man. Let's keep it a buck, man. And it's shame on dudes. It's shame on dudes. And let me explain something. I'm about to go off on a real tangent right now.
Uh-oh.
I'm happy that's related. I hate a nigga who flies chicks out. You a sucker to me if you fly chicks out. That's the lamest shit I've ever heard of. I'm gonna fly you out so we can. No, do you know this bitch? Do y'all have a relationship? Do y'all have a situation? Or you just throwing money around trying to impress her to fly her out? What are we doing? That's sucker shit to me. And that's developing pretty privilege. Because now the bitch think every nigga she talk to thereafter should fly her out. You got me supposed to.
And after last night's explanation when we were on with,
I mean, that's sex trafficking, ain't it?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. That's sex trafficking. You're flying them across state lines in order and with the intent of having sex.
Yeah.
Listen.
Sex trafficking.
Yeah.
You know what? I plead the fifth on this one right now. I'm cool.
You little sex trafficker, you.
We can't be honest.
Little sex traffickers.
Capo chose violence, man.
Yeah,
it's corny. It's corny. As we grown men, and we can call shit corny when it's corny.
Yeah.
Chicks is out here getting over, right? They haven't put no skin in the relationship. No skin in what y'all got going on. And he's flying them out. Sam, grow up, dog.
In order for you, well.
I mean, so they're all pro athletes. You're saying are lame or corny because they all do it. Like
they're little sex traffickers. You little
anyone
sex
who does it, basically.
You little sex
traffickers.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like you're saying everybody who does it is lame and corny. I mean, I have some pushback on that. I don't think
so. Yeah, you got a lot of pushback on that. Because have you ever traveled to go get some ass before?
A woman who hasn't been invested in you at all deserves to be flown somewhere. Explain it to me.
So is that the underlying point? Because it hasn't been an investment yet?
The men who are flying women out are giving them pretty privilege. That's the point here. And I'm saying to you, they haven't invested in you in any way for you to take those kind of actions. That's the bottom line.
The temptations.
So now they all expect that.
The temptations.
Now Paula Patton is at every movie role saying you should cast me because I'm pretty.
Right.
Why? Yeah. No, that's not how this works.
You must hate Paula Patton as a
yeah.
No. I'm just saying that Paula Patton's overly pretty, but she's not good at what she does.
There's quite a women who get flown out. There's quite a few that are getting roles like in. Oh man, I'm gonna get roasted for this, but
yeah, I mean, I'm not here to judge them on that. You know what I'm saying?
I think Lisa Ray benefits from pretty privilege. She's a terrible actress.
Who?
Lisa Ray.
She definitely is.
She's a terrible actress.
Lisa Ray,
bad as hell. Yeah.
What's the last movie she was in? I don't think she's benefiting.
But she shouldn't have got as many movie roles as she got. She shouldn't have gotten.
She's been in like 4 movies.
She shouldn't have got 4. Jeez. It's because she looked.
What was the last movie she was in? Was it the one where she was a
Players Club?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah.
She was in something after that. She had a TV show too on BET.
Oh yeah, she did have a TV show.
Her and Stacey Dash might be another one too. Pretty privileged.
Yeah.
She ain't a great actress.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Because here's what it does. Here's what it does in entertainment, but in real life. with real niggas. John, who's a postal worker, it still affects him because here's why. You have learned from today's society that you should judge and gauge people on their looks. That's a problem, people. Just so we're clear. That's an issue. If you have that issue, call me. We can discuss it. It's an issue. Because your job as a human, as someone with emotions, is to value people based on their core attributes.
I mean, you could still you can value, but you could value people on both though, right? Like you don't necessarily have to pick one over the other.
I don't think you can value somebody on their looks.
It's shallow. That's all it is.
No,
go off shallow. if that's your thing. But it's shallow.
It's not shallow. I mean, it's not shallow because nobody's walking around with the personality on their chest. Stop.
People like what they like, right? You don't know what someone is like until you meet them and talk to them. But what's initially going to pull you into the person to even have a conversation with them is going to be how they look, period. How you see them. That's it. That's the start. Then you're going to find everything else after the fact. But what's initially going to draw you to a person to have a conversation with them, say what's up or whatever, is not going to be based on their personality because you don't know what that's like before you speak to them. You're only going to know that once you talk to them. But initially, what draws you into them, right? How they look.
But you're not going forward with them off of just their looks. You're learning that person.
Of course not.
Well, no. That's not 100% true.
But again, what's the draw? The draw. I'm just saying what the draw is.
I think it's based on your intention.
Always look.
It's based on your intention.
How you look.
It's based on your intention.
But the draw isn't privilege. The draw is just the initiation. The privilege is moving forward in the relationship or getting dates out of it or gifts or whatever from it.
100%.
No, so I'm the privilege.
Yeah, so they're not gaining that. That's just an initiation. They're not gaining that because if you find out she's a pretty dummy, you're gonna be like, "Oh no, next, I can't do it."
Long term, sure.
You should say she's a pretty dummy, but these niggas today don't say that. That's the problem. They say, "Oh well, I'll just leave the dummy part out. She's pretty." Fuck you.
Can't do that.
You're bad at making decisions. If that's the place you're going
to. That's not necessarily true.
To audition Paula Patton. It's another thing to give her the role. See what I'm saying? That's the issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paula Patton.
What's wrong with niggas? Niggas can't get past the pretty face and the big ass. Get past that shit.
Paula Patton do to you?
Yeah, but who can't though? What are you talking about? What do you mean? So you're telling me you're gonna pick the not so good looking over the good looking just because she's, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna judge them by the core of their character. That's
right.
If you're thinking long term, that's going to be the solution. 100%.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's over time. That's over time.
But from the jump, you see 5'6", you're trying to go after the best looking one.
And if she's a pretty dummy, then she'll be a pretty dummy for Tuesday.
Exactly. Over time, you'll figure out if you want to be with her or not.
Really? I've never heard anything about her. I just always see her.
I never heard her talk.
No.
Yeah, I never heard her talk.
You know what? I've never heard her talk. I've never heard her talk.
Well, no, because you hear it by people who know. You know, it's one of those things, one of those media takeout things, right?
Well, you know what? But Jaylen Brown's a very smart individual. So, I mean, there must be something, that he kind of sees in her.
Yeah,
other than just the looks.
She don't talk.
He's also, what's the old saying? Young, dumb, and full of cum. Pause. Like, he don't care. He look good. Jalen Green, same thing with Prayer.
We need to do a better job of gauging the quality of people, man. And the five of us here are elder statesmen, B, which means it's our responsibility to understand why that's important. And if we don't understand why that's important, shame on us.
No, it's absolutely important. But again, you're talking about a piece that you won't find out. And that's the second layer. Again, we're talking about the initial, what's going to draw you to talk to an individual or person is going to be how they look to you.
Yeah. I agree.
That's just what it is. And then you'll find out everything else that you're talking about after the fact. But the initial draw is going to be how that person looks. What are they wearing? What's going like something about them is going to draw you to them.
Right,
this is why I was saying I was the privilege. This is why I was saying. This is why I was saying I'm the privilege. Yeah, she looks pretty, but now because she looks pretty, she has the privilege to speak to me.
Right, but that's not that's an audition. That's part of the audition. Like Chuck said, that like everybody can audition, but not everyone gets the role.
Exactly.
To you is
Absolutely, you're right.
Speaking to you is part of the audition. That's not the role. The role is the privilege.
Y'all got me.
Amen. Amen. Hey, you know,
everybody can't go, Chuck. Remember?
Everybody definitely can't go.
I don't agree with that dumb shit either. It'd be the same niggas who like, well, she was pretty, and then, damn, this bitch is a headache. Yeah, nigga, because you didn't do the proper investigation. You just said she was pretty and left it alone. Get the fuck out of here with being that shallow. Hey, man, let's end this show, man.
Nah, yo, I'm with you. I am with you on this. Like you said, it's the audition. Everyone can audition, but not everyone gets the role.
100%. We all agree on that part.
Yeah, there's no disagreeing on that part.
Yeah, there's no disagreement
There's
there.
no
Well, hold on a second, because I do find cats in social media groups regularly saying, "Yeah, I met this chick online, so I flew her out." No. So you flew her out for an audition, is what you've done.
Yep.
And that's the goofy. No, come back, Payne. You ain't leaving. Come back, because that's the goofy shit I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? This is the audition. You don't know this bitch from a hole in the wall, but you're flying her out.
Man, have their fun.
Flying bags.
When they get to the 30s and 40s, they'll figure it out. But let them young niggas have their fun right now.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
It is what it is.
If you got it to do it, like I mean, listen, I'm not gonna knock you if that's what you choose to do.
Well, they say it ain't tricking if you got it.
Yeah.
That also is some dumb
it's
shit.
still tricking.
Listen, everybody with a woman has tricked in order to get that woman. I don't care what you're saying.
Because of how she looked.
No. Dive deeper into that, because I'm going to disagree with you. Dive deeper.
What do you
say?
mean?
Dive deeper?
I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't see why not.
Yo, I don't know.
Every dude who's talked to a chick has tricked to get her. That's some
no. Every dude that has every dude that has talked to a chick, for the most part, has tricked to get that chick.
What's wrong with you niggas?
So you ain't never brought the roses out. You ain't never brought the flowers. You never went to edible arrangements.
No.
You ain't never.
No.
Hold on.
Everybody hasn't got that privilege.
What we're doing right now is like, and there must be something in this fucking cranberry juice, because I'm agreeing with Chuck on every fucking thing tonight.
I don't know why.
Yo, we are guilty of lumping in generosity and spoiling your girl or potential girl with simp activity and fucking tricking. They are none alike. They are all
Yo, hey, Payne,
you spending money on a chick that you're trying to get to know. It's the same shit.
That's not tricking.
That's not tricking at all. That's a whole different situation.
Tricking and simp activity, those are the same.
So what is it? What's simp activity? What's simp activity?
Flying chicks out with the expectation of beating. That's
no. See, add another layer onto it. Is it just flying them out, or is it flying them with the expectation?
It's both.
Just curious.
So if you don't intend on her being your girl and she's not of quality to be your girl, you're just flying her out because she looks good. It's simp activity and it's tricking.
Y'all niggas old.
Now, if it's a woman that you have intent on being in a relationship with,
totally agree.
That's generosity, and that's spoiling your potential girl.
Nigga, that's still tricking.
You're investing in the relationship. 100%.
Totally different thing.
That is still tricking. You don't call it tricking because you kept her.
We cannot be spreading that propaganda as elder statesmen, because like these younger dudes are looking at it like,
Oh,
yo,
man, y'all
they
depressed.
they think that simp activity I'm not spending on my girl. Now they're fucking around with all these dumb, like not dummies, but they're fucking around with all these girls that ain't worth shit because all they want is their money because they know, and they won't spend on them. So they're like, oh, this broke ass nigga this broke ass nigga that. Because he thinks spending on a girl is tricking. It's not tricking if you intend on making her your girl.
Payne, you fucking preaching tonight.
So, wait a minute. So only if you're gonna make them your girl, is it considered tricking? So
no,
only in that case.
It's not.
Excuse me. It's not tricking. It's not tricking.
If you have intent on, if you're pursuing this woman and you have intent on making her your girl, even if it may not go that way, that's not tricking.
God,
that's investing in your pursuit.
Yep.
And if it don't work out, then what?
Then it didn't work out.
Yeah,
but if
you fall to the tricking category because you didn't win the prize.
If you're just spending on a girl you have no intention on being in a relationship with, or like on a girl that told you already,
we all on the same page. We already know what it is. We all on the same page. We already know what it is.
All right, okay. I mean,
we just let them two niggas talk. Oh no, man. We done tricked off plenty of money in our days growing up trying to deal with chicks. I don't care what y'all want to call it. I don't care what y'all call it. It is what it is.
It's not tricking off if you're trying to pursue the woman.
Nah, some of y'all niggas, y'all pride too big. Nah, it's tricking off.
Absolutely not.
Not at all.
Tricking off is the nigga that goes to the strip club thinking he's in a relationship with the. Tricking off is the nigga that goes to the strip club thinking he's in a relationship with the stripper and just giving him his money.
Oh, that's just a dumb nigga. That's totally different.
That's a different scenario. That's a different scenario, though. That's a different scenario.
No, it's not. You're giving money to a girl that has no intent on being with you.
100.
It's the same
100%.
No, he's giving money for the show.
Why do you think strippers call them tricks?
He's giving money for the show.
Tricks. It's two different things.
I don't even know why I even talk to you.
The term tricking came from prostitutes and strippers. They have no intent on being with you. So if you're giving money to a woman that has no intent on being with you, that's tricking.
So if you go out to eat with a woman, you're always paying for it, right? Y'all just go out to eat together. Is that tricking?
What's your intent? Are you trying to develop something, or what's your intent?
We just like
talking. Are y'all dating?
She just likes to eat. She's like it's like that. Have dinner together, like that's it.
And y'all aren't
what's
talking.
Your intent? Fuck her intent. What's your intent?
I'm just asking you. Is that considered tricking?
It depends on what your intent is.
I'm trying to hit a home run. That's what it is.
Yours or hers?
And you tricking.
So
if you want to develop something,
okay. So if you take her home, and
I've never had in my life.
Huh?
What'd you say? Wild.
Okay.
All right, we can move on.
I think clearly there's a fine line between the two.
No, there is.
But the mechanics aren't any different.
True.
The mechanics of what?
Spending money.
That's all you're doing at the end of the day.
You're spending it with intent for long term or short term. Short term. You're still spending it.
Thank you.
No. I'm not letting you do that. The intent,
but that's what it is.
This whole conversation. That's bullshit.
But that's what it is.
The intent is always.
You're not gonna overlook the intent.
No, there is intent. There's always intent. There's always intent. No question. The intent is either long term or short term. There's still intent.
Okay, but once you define the intent, that changes the entire conversation. That's important. I'm not gonna let you gloss over it.
No. What I'm saying is, if I only have intentions for one night, then yeah, we're gonna have some drinks and have a good time. And maybe I'll never see you again.
Ball and go off.
Listen, that's what it is.
Okay, I'm just saying we have to make sure we define these things correctly. That's how this started.
The only difference is, and I said this 20 minutes ago, it's either short term or long term. Is the only difference between the two definitions that you guys are talking about. If it's short term, then he's the simp. If it's long term, then it's your wife. Mechanics ain't changed.
And niggas trick every day.
Now, if you go long term and it still don't work, now what? You're in the gray area. right? Were you trying something that didn't work, or were you a simp because it didn't work?
Yeah,
No.
I mean,
your intent was to settle down and build a relationship. Therefore, you're fine.
Right.
Anything outside of that, you are tricking, and you deserve what you get.
And Fabian asked the question. And Fabian asked the defining question: is she showing interest in a relationship, and is that your intent, or is she simply having you pay for meals, stringing you along for money? The latter part is tricking.
Absolutely.
The beginning part is investing in the person that you want to be with.
This is an example. This is an example of seeing a pair of double D's, but then realizing, yo, she's actually pretty smart too, and she asks good questions on a podcast. That's how that works.
Mm-hmm. That was awfully specific.
It definitely was. It definitely was.
Of course, but again, what drew him to the double D's and everything? What drew that? What drew that man to that? Right? Was how she looked? Did how she look have anything to do with what drew you into her at all?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But there was not a dollar spent in that process.
Okay.
Until I said, yo, your core is actually pretty dope. Let me get to know you a little bit better. Do you want to move forward? Now I pull my wallet out. Now let's go on dates.
She could still be stringing you along. And she could
still
be stringing you along.
Flying chicks out because they got
She definitely could be stringing you along still.
She could still be stringing you along. It's all a risk.
But my intent is that I see something in her core that I want to pursue. That's what I'm talking about.
And in her intent, she could see somebody as a trick that she could just string along and yeah, baby, yep, and just be stringing you along the whole time.
If you move through life scared of that, you'll never move forward with someone good.
Oh, absolutely.
You can never move 100%. Through life scared like that. Like,
no disagreement here.
Fucking crazy.
No disagreement.
It's a fault of men that we don't do enough research and that we get stuck on the pretty privilege. And then we get chicks like the girl that's fucking with that Houston basketball player, Jalen Green, right? It was all pretty privileged. There was no relationships from what they said, right? It was nothing that deep. And now all of a sudden there's a kid involved, and this is a financial situation, right? And that stuff can be avoided. We should be helping these young dudes avoid those kind of situations. And saying, put your wallet away until you know she's something you want to get involved with. But when you got 3/5 of a podcast based out of Boston talking about, fly the bitch out.
You know what I'm gonna tell the young nigga. You're
talking about a young 20-something-year-old millionaire living in Houston, and this is 45-year-old. What if 20-something-year-old Capo was freaking an NBA player living in Houston? Just saying.
I would hope that there was a 45-year-old nigga giving me the correct game.
No, absolutely, there should be, but maybe he don't have that around.
But listening to this podcast, he wouldn't get Jalen will be fucked up right now.
Jalen
already fucked up. He got 3 kids coming.
He already done fucked up.
He a young dude out here living his life. He gonna learn from this experience. I mean, you gotta
go exactly just like we did.
I blame Ime.
You got to go through some things too now. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just going to happen.
Email out of this.
Oh, man. Leave email alone. Leave email alone, man. But hey, listen, that's what, he a young guy with money, man.
That's poor shot selection. Yo, makes it stupid.
I learned that thing. Hey, it is what it is. Oh, man.
This is a good talk, though. Definitely a talk that needed to be had. Because pretty privileges.
Yeah, baby, and you're right. 30-year-old Capo didn't think like this. Why? Because he was hanging with me, so he definitely wasn't thinking like this.
Relationship building trait. Love it. Thank you, sis. Now the truth comes out.
Thank you, Fabian. Thank you.
I would look forward to the time.
No, this is it right now.
Yeah, we're good. What you got for us?
Oh, hold up.
Oh, damn.
It's looking in a mirror. Not.
It's mirror time with my man Sam Little, a.k.a. Mr. Mirror Time. across the wall. Who is the nitrous of the ball? There was a rumble double, 5 minutes it lasted. The man said, "You are you conceited bastard."
Y'all were ridiculous.
Okay. Yo, y'all got me rolling over this. But yeah, today's mirror time is there's more to offer than just looking good. You know, I'll play along with Chuck today. I'll play along with Chuck today. You're absolutely right, Chuck. There's more to life than, more to everything than just looking good. You're right.
Absolutely.
That's the facts. That's the facts of the matter. But
Yeah.
some guys learn that lesson too late. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still had fun.
Y'all got any parting shots?
Shout out to my OGs I had in my life. Thank you to my OGs. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, word.
A
lot of OGs saved me a lot of headaches. Not so much in relationship like matters, but just life matters. You know what I mean? So shout out to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's spilled into everything else. You know what I'm saying? It's spilled into so much. And I will agree with Chuck. I don't want to make this a habit, but of saying that like that's missing. You know what I mean? Like there needs to be those type of guys that are giving, the young guys game and stuff like that. So, like I said, it don't happen too often. I agree with my cancer brother, but sometimes, but again, broken clock is right once a day. So shout out to Coppo. Love you, King.
My only parting shot is young fellas out there, y'all gotta work on your shot selection. That's all.
Yeah, my parting shot today is to one of my OGs. I mean, he ain't that much older than me, probably about 5 years older, but he definitely always looked out for me. And I also want to say rest in peace to him also. Mr. Chalk Blakely, Derek Blakely, always had my back in anything.
Right up.
So definitely
good dude. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to the OG. OG Blake.
Where we going next week, folks? What that look like?
Next week?
We got the live on Wednesday.
Next week. Live on Wednesday.
And then
what episode is next week?
What's that live looking like next week?
Episodes next week is 150.
150.
150. Yeah, 150.
150. Shit.
Yeah. Speaking of which, for those listening, watching, we are planning a 4-year anniversary party. You've been podcasting for 4 years.
That's crazy.
Payne, that was your cue to give us like a celebratory soundbite or something.
Oh shit! You was breaking up. I couldn't hear what you.
Yeah, you definitely was breaking up.
So you might
was I breaking up for real?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Chew it.
Don't do that.
Yeah. So we've been podcasting for 4 years, you guys, and to celebrate, we are planning a celebratory event. Details will be coming up real soon, but stay tuned for that. And when those details come out, we'll share them, and we hope to see you guys there. But yeah, 4 years, y'all.
Congratulations!
That's big, man. Some people don't make it.
He definitely did. I didn't want to say it to him, but he definitely did break up again. So I'm gonna leave him alone.
A little bit.
Maybe it wasn't meant to be.
Definitely.
Maybe I was too close to the mic.
You said next time, why don't you just pin your comment up there?
Oh yeah, we could have did that.
Yeah, we could have did that. We'll do it next week.
Yeah,
we definitely do that next week. Matter of fact, we can make it a banner for next week too.
Yeah.
4-year anniversary, man. 150.
Yeah. Episode 150. Y'all stay tuned. We got some special shit planned around that too, beside the event. So y'all stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
We'll see y'all next week, man. We out.
Y'all be safe.
Strong minds.
Peace.